The year was 1957 and the wetlands near Normanton in northern Australia stretched like a vast, steaming labyrinth of mud, mangroves, and slow-moving rivers. The land felt ancient here, untouched, unhurried, and always watching. People in Normanton lived with the river. They fished from it, traveled along it, and feared it in equal measure. Because somewhere in those waters, they said, a giant lived. A crocodile so large that the cattle stations lost entire bulls to it without a sound. A creature whose belly was said to drag across the riverbed, stirring up the mud like a boat plowing forward. Locals called it many names. The Swamp King, the Mud Devil. But the name that stuck was simple, almost spoken in a whisper: Krys. Krystina Pawlowski did not look like the kind of person who hunted monsters. She was quiet, sharp-eyed, and slender, an immigrant from Poland who had come to Australia with hardship in her past and survival in her blood. She lived with her husband Ron out near the riverbanks where the dawn rose like melted copper across the water. Together they hunted crocodiles for their hides, traveling in an old flat-bottomed boat, carrying only a rifle and a gut-deep confidence that hesitation meant death. Krystina was known for her steady hands. She never wasted a shot. The first talk of the giant crocodile came from stockmen who found half a horse near the river's edge. Clean bite, no drag marks, no struggle. Then came the fishermen who swore they saw a shadow longer than their boat rise under the surface, blotting out the riverbed. And then, a child went missing. They never found footprints, only the slow, glassy water moving in lazy circles. Even the bravest men stopped going near the river at dusk. But Krystina had no choice. The river was her livelihood, and she did not believe in ghosts. She never wasted a shot. It was a late afternoon in the dry season when Krystina and her husband were traveling the riverbanks, scouting for crocodile trails. The sun was melting into the horizon, staining the wetland with orange fire. The air smelled of mud and heat, and the cicadas screamed like something possessed. Ron cut the engine. "Something's wrong," he murmured. The river had gone still. No frogs. No birds. No wind. Just silence, thick, heavy, expectant. Krystina's hand tightened on the rifle. Then she saw it. At first it looked like a sandbar rising slowly out of the river. Long, curved, ridged like the back of the earth itself. But then the head surfaced. Broad, armor-plated, ancient. Eyes like dark, polished stones, unblinking and cold. The crocodile was massive. Longer than their boat, far longer. Its body stretched and kept stretching, water sheeting off its back like rain from a roof. Krystina felt her breath leave her chest. The stories had been true. The crocodile slid toward the shore with the same silent grace as a shadow crossing a wall. Ron reached for the rifle. "No," Krystina whispered, "too far, wait." The beast crawled halfway onto the mudbank, its weight pressing the earth down. Its jaws opened slightly, not in a roar, not in a threat, just a hollow, empty yawn of a creature that feared nothing. Krystina took her shot. The crack of the rifle shattered the silence, a violent, echoing thunderclap that rolled across the wetlands. The recoil slammed into her shoulder. Smoke curled from the barrel. The crocodile jerked, a shockwave of muscle rippling through its body. But it did not fall. It turned. Those black eyes fixed directly on her. The river, the land, the sky, all of it seemed to hold its breath. The giant lunged. The beast's tail lashed, sending water and mud spraying like a storm. It crashed toward the boat, jaws wide enough to swallow a person whole. Ron pushed the engine throttle and the boat lurched backward, barely missing the snapping jaws. Again he shouted. Krystina steadied herself, no panic, no shaking, just the stillness she was known for. One breath in. One breath out. One shot. The bullet struck just behind the eye, the only place a crocodile of that size could be killed clean. The creature stopped. It sagged, great limbs sinking into the mud, and the river slowly swallowed the ripples around it. The water fell silent once more. This time it was true silence. It took hours to drag the body out of the mud. Men from the town came with ropes, chains, and eventually a tractor. The crocodile lay there like a fallen prehistoric god, scales chipped like stone, teeth the length of fingers, belly broad as a fishing boat. Someone measured it. Then someone else measured again. 8.63 meters, they said. 28 feet. The number stuck. It didn't matter if it was exact or not. What mattered was how people felt standing next to it, small. Very small,